If you're not on Medicare, go ahead and skip this video. This one's not for you. Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. In the last video, we covered some real basic things about your options and what you can do in regards to having Medicare and the different parts of Medicare. Now that we've got that solid foundation, let's talk about some simple options that you will have from now going forward. Are you on the right program right now? Are your benefits working for you? Are you taking advantage of all the benefits that exist in the marketplace? Hi, my name is Philippe Lundstedt with ProCare. Folks, thank you so much for joining me here again. Today I'm very excited to talk about some of my favorite subjects, which are Medicare Supplements and Medicare Advantage plans and what that means to you. To get started, let's talk about what your options are. Option number one, a Medicare Supplement. What is a Medicare Supplement? Well, just to back it up a little bit, when yesterday we were talking about Medicare Part B and how that only pays 80% of your bills and you're responsible for the other 20%, that's where the Medicare Supplement steps in. You have to pay them a premium and they will assume the responsibility of the 20% that Medicare doesn't cover. Now, there are a lot of different kind of Medicare Supplement plans that cover a different portion of that 20%. Some have co-pays, some have deductibles, some even have networks, so they can get confusing. But just simply for this purpose of this video, I want to talk to you today about Supplement Plan G. Now, what is Supplement Plan G? Supplement Plan G is the most inclusive plan available today on the market with Medicare Supplements. And what I mean by that is that the Medicare Supplement will pay for everything that Medicare doesn't cover except for the Medicare Part B deductible. That's the only copay you'll have, and today that's at $198. That could go up next year. Know that in December, you'll get more of that information on the changes to Medicare Part B. Now, it's important to understand that when you're on Medicare, that Medicare is your primary payer. They pay 80% of the bill, and then you give the doctor your Medicare supplement, and the supplement will pay the other 20%. Those are your two cards right there. The first card, the Medicare card, you will pay $148.50 out of your Social Security every single month for that Medicare. The next part of that is the Medicare Supplement. You will also be required to pay a premium for your Medicare Supplement. That premium can range anywhere from $100 all the way up to $200 per month. So please understand, depending on the program, the state you live in, the zip code you reside in, those are all factors on how you get a Medicare Supplement. The next side of the Medicare Supplement is the prescription drug part. Please understand that when you're on a Medicare Supplement system, we call that a three-card system. You have a Medicare card that pays 80% of your bills, you have a supplement card that covers 20% that Medicare doesn't cover, and then you have the prescription drug card that will help you with prescription drugs. Please understand that all prescription drug plans, they do have a premium associated, some have deductibles, and they all have co-pays associated as well. It's important to understand your options with Medicare Part D, as there are a lot of programs that exist in the marketplace today. We consistently and constantly help people find the drug plan that's best suited for them. And the way that we do that is we have a phenomenal system where we can type in your drugs and the system will let us know the top 10 plans that exist in the marketplace to help you choose something that is going to be most financially suitable for your current economical state with your prescription drug plan. So now that we understand the basics of how a Medicare supplement works, let's talk about who's the best candidate for a Medicare supplement. The first candidate would be somebody that we call a high utilizer, somebody that's using a lot of medical care. The second reason someone might choose a supplement is simply because they believe it'll allow them to travel all over the country. And of course, if you can afford it, right? The third and last one is someone that can afford it, money's not an option, and they're really buying it for the peace of mind. That's the value that they set for themselves. That's really who gets the most benefit out of a Medicare supplement. Now that we understand option one, let's talk about option two. Option two is an extremely popular option, and that's known as a Medicare Advantage program. It's important to understand how a Medicare Advantage program works. Essentially what it is a shift of responsibility. You see, on option one on a Medicare supplement, Medicare is your primary payer. On option two, Medicare is no longer your primary payer. They have shifted the responsibility to the private insurance company, and now the private insurance company is in charge of taking care of all of your claims and your health care. Now, please understand that the private insurance company has been compensated in order to do this for you. The federal government pays the private insurance company a certain amount of money every single month for every single person that is on one of their plans. This money goes into a proverbial bucket that they pay claims from. It's important to understand this option because that's why you get in so much mail about money back and free this and free that, and you wonder, how can they afford to do this? How can they afford to give me all these benefits for such a cheap cost? It's because they've already been paid by the federal government to do that. So please understand, you never lose your Medicare, but Medicare has shifted the responsibility from themselves over to the private insurance company. Now that private insurance company takes that money and provides you with a program. And there are a few programs that exist under the Medicare Advantage umbrella, and we're going to discuss that. The first kind of program that you can choose when dealing with a Medicare Advantage program is known as a PPO product. And what is a PPO? Well, a PPO stands for a Preferred Provider Organization. And what does that mean to you? Well, on a PPO, you do not require a referral. That means you can see your specialist without asking your primary. In fact, you can circumvent the primary altogether and just go straight to the specialist. People love this access to freedom and the ease of seeing their doctors. Another side of a PPO that's absolutely phenomenal is the ability that you have to go outside of your network. Now let's talk about that a little bit. What is a network? Well, a network is a group of doctors that have accepted the insurance program that you're on. So know that the PPO does have a network, and if you stay in that network, you're going to get great service, it's contracted, and you'll have very foreseeable co-pays and costs. Many of those costs will be outlined, and we help you understand exactly what things are going to cost you. Now, on a PPO program, you also have the benefit of going outside of that network. So folks, let's talk about networks. What is in-network? What is out-of-network? Well, there's two kinds of doctors in America. The first kind of doctor takes your insurance. The second kind of doctor doesn't take your insurance. The industry term for this, a doctor that takes your insurance, is in-network. A doctor that doesn't take your insurance is out-of-network. If you're on a PPO program or a Preferred Provider Organization program, you can go both in and out of network, which means you can see any doctor you want because they either take your insurance or they don't take your insurance. People get this confused a lot. But please understand that within the realm of all the doctors that take Medicare, you can see any doctor you want on a PPO. They are either in-network or they are outside of the network. That's how a PPO program works. Now, there are some downsides to a PPO, and those downsides are typically what your cost is. What's your cost share? What's your co-insurance? What's your deductibles? What ancillary benefits are you getting? Please know that on a PPO, you will pay a little bit more than what you would maybe on an HMO. And we're going to get into HMOs here shortly. PPOs are great when you're looking for that ease and that freedom to go in and out of network, choose your own doctors, and not have to deal with referrals. Let's talk about the next option that you have. Now that we covered PPOs, those Preferred Provider Organizations, let's talk about the HMO. What is an HMO? An HMO is a health maintenance organization. And what that means to you is simple. You have a primary care who is in charge of taking care of your health care. Remember how we talked about Medicare Advantage was a shift of responsibility from Medicare to the private insurance company? We're going to take that one more step. So now the insurance company is going to shift that responsibility to your primary care doctor. And that primary care doctor has been paid in order to take care of you. He has accepted what's known as a risk contract or a capitated contract. It's important to understand why these insurance programs are being funded the way they're being funded and how they operate for you. Under an HMO program, you do require referrals because your primary care is in charge of coordinating everything for you. He's going to choose your specialists. He's going to choose your diagnostic testing. He's going to tell you where you can go and where you can't go. It all starts with him and it ends with him. The second part to an HMO is that you have a network and you cannot go outside of that network. So if you're looking for out-of-network benefits, the HMO might not be the right choice for you. What it really comes down to, folks, is your HMO is only as good as the doctor that you're going to. You see, the doctor is the one that's responsible for coordinating your care. If that doctor is invested in seeing you having better health care, your program will work fantastic. Because the benefit of an HMO, where you may lose some freedom, is that you gain some amazing cost share, which means that your cost share goes way, way down. Many of these programs are going to give you money back. Many of these programs are going to give you free dental. They're going to give you grocery cards. They're going to allow you to get prescriptions for free gym memberships. There are so many benefits that you can get from an HMO. So as long as you're happy with your doctor and you trust your doctor to make those decisions for you, an HMO can be a phenomenal strategy for you moving into AEP this year. Remember, AEP is happening between October 15th and December 7th. That is a time that you want to use to make sure that you're getting on the right program. And remember, the number one part of our pillars is picking the right agent. Allow one of our ProCare brokers guide you and consult with you to make sure that the program that you're getting is best suited for you. So who needs a Medicare Advantage plan? Lots of people, and for good reason. Many people are comfortable with the doctors that they have and love that the doctor lets them know where they're going to go. I can't tell you how many times I sit with a client and I ask them, when you want to see another doctor, who do you ask? Do you ask your neighbor? Do you ask your mechanic? Do you ask your grocer? Maybe your butcher? Most people, believe it or not, they ask their primary care, who do you think I should go to? There's a technical term for that. It's called a referral. So sometimes you're already asking for a referral and you don't even know it. So guys, it's important that when you get together with a consultant that you explain those things so we can help guide you to the proper plan that may be giving you more benefits. So who can benefit from an Advantage plan? Anybody. That's the important thing to take away from this. Now folks, thank you so much for being here today. As you can see, my passion is up right now. I love this subject, talking about Medicare Advantages, HMOs versus PPOs. In the next video, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to dive in deep into the PPOs and some of the different PPOs that exist. Local PPOs, regional PPOs. What does that mean to you? And do you have these available in your area? Again, thank you so much for being here, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave us a comment below. See you in the next video, guys. Have a wonderful day.